All right, we're back. You guys love the Fairlane. I'm surprised. I didn't think it would get that many views. Well, for my channel, it got, it did pretty good. You guys enjoyed it. I got a lot of great comments on it. So let's get it fired back up. Let's start getting, well, I want to put it on the lift. Let me see what's going on with the floor pans. We'll see how bad they really are. I'll show you guys as well. And let's also get the interior out of this thing. And yeah, let's keep on continuing on.
No turning back now.
Man, I wish I could find line lock on that thing. I gotta trace the wires, but car gets down, man. It's no joke. All right, so here's what we got. I want to dump the oil in this thing, and the pan's been hit a few times. Not too bad under here. Look at all this zip tie madness here. Try to tighten that up a little bit. I'm not a big fan of all the craziness. I mean, I know they're trying to keep everything. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Got some headers. You guys seen all that? Exhaust looks decent. Well, I'm not gonna mess with any of that, but dumped out right here. Got the 8.8 4. What do you say? 410s in the back. What is that? Wheel cylinders leaking here. So I knew the brakes were jacked. Wheel cylinders leaking. Probably check all those. Inner quarters aren't too bad. A little bit of rust in there. Not bad though. Same on this side. All original. Got a couple of little holes. That's normal for these cars. But my big concern was the pans. This pan. Wow, I was thinking this is bad. It's not even, well, it's soft. I mean, it's soft, no doubt, but definitely not as bad as I was originally thinking. I thought my foot was going to go through it. On this side, this one's bad. It's jacked all the way around. First thing I want to do now that it's up on the lift, and you guys got to walk around underneath, is I just want to get these seats out. It's just so much easier. You know, obviously I'm old, so I got to have a lift these days. The only way you could. Don't get me wrong, guys. When I first started, I was on the ground doing all that craziness too. But now as you get older, you start investing in your body. Not one, because they're all twisting on the top. Oh, of course. Oh. Black. Poor little 302. Man, one of my biggest pet peeves is, yeah, use zip ties. Go ahead. I mean, they were great, no doubt. But cut the freaking tails off them. I might as well go ahead and lube up some of these ball joints. It just helps take care of the car because it's old. So if you see these, give them a squirt or two. Here's what I don't like right here. It is, whoop. You can see that. Camera's having a hard time with it, but the bolt right here is that's the motor mount bolt, engine mount. So we definitely need to address that situation. I don't like the bolts and the engine mounts just doing this back and forth. Definitely want to tighten them up a little bit. Other than that, not really too concerned with much other things in this bad boy here. A couple bolts missing out of the pan. And yeah, we'll keep on going. All right, day 2. Let's see why the back of this wheel is leaking so bad. I'm starting to wonder, I seen oil on the floor on the other side of the shop, and it feels a little thick to me, like gear oil, not so much like brake fluid. We'll see. Let's get this wheel off. So when you have a wheel cylinder leaking, it always usually leaks out of these boots. So that's how you know it's wheel cylinder, and then you can see if it's wet down right underneath. Everybody pretty much knows that. But in this case, if you could see, we have a wheel seal leak. It's pretty wet down here. I think I'm starting to see a drip too come out of the back of that flange there. So anyway, in order to take these off, you get on a Ford, you have this nice hole right here that they designed for you. And what you do is you go around, you turn the wheel, and you can get to every nut that is behind this flange, this axle flange, and then this whole thing will slide out. Alright, well that slid out way easier than I thought it would. Not that it shouldn't by any means, but just when you slide these out, just give them a look-see on the end of the axle. Just make sure all the splines are not cracked or busted off. This one looks pretty good. Check your bearing. Spins good, it's not loosey-goosey. And let's go get that wheel seal, the axle seal I should say. We'll come back and we'll put this thing back together. Raw. We got the gasket, so we're good there. And we put the new seal in, so we're good there. Well, I took the back wheel off. Let's go ahead and mother's wheel this thing out just to get it looking a little bit. Let's try again. This bad boy is definitely gonna need some new tires. They're all dry rotted, not to mention it's had a lot of burnouts. Alright, so we just checked the gear oil. It's right to the top. No need to fill it up. Got the seal in, got the tires back on. Let's move on to the front. Alright, back to it. You mother effer you. We got the we got the brakes all bled. We got, what else did we do? Did some wheel bearing pack in here and there. Fixed that fuel line in the back. And now I'm just putting a little oil change. I put an oil change on this bad boy, just putting a little fuel in it. A little fuel. What is wrong with me? A little oil in it. Because I'm getting in a hurry, because I'm trying to get out of here. Got to go to the gym. No, my son's going to be out, Jaden's going to be out here any minute. You ready to go to the gym? Anyway, we're going to get this around to the bay side. I'm going to pull my drag car in here because it's been raining all day. What's up? Bet you're ready for the gym, ain't you? I'm running late. Let's get the interior out of here. Let's get the seats out. I already got the driver's side out. Let's get this nitrous bottle out of here. Let's get the shifter. We could just kind of put it up, zip tie it up to the steering wheel, just get it up out of the way. What I want to do is get ready for floor pans, is basically, or floor pan or whatever we decide, new carpet, get this old wood out of the back because somebody stole the back seat. I'm thinking about rewiring this whole thing. I've already had one wire completely have a smoke show in here because there's no fuses on it. The battery's draining and I don't know what's draining it yet, but it's rat nest. So let's start getting this stuff going and yeah, let's just keep on rolling. Alright, so here's the gist of it. You can see the pans are soft, got some holes, a couple up there. I don't know what he had going on here, but there's a jack ton of holes. Looks like Swiss cheese up here. So the passenger side pan, that's the one I knew was bad. These ones here are just a bonus. And it's not that bad, but it's just enough to be like irritating, because it got real soft back there. So we may have to do the pan on this whole bad boy. Just, I don't know yet. I'll talk to Larry, see what he wants to do. See how far down the rabbit hole he wants to go. So as we're doing some wiring here, I went and you know how this stuff domino effects. You can't just do this, you gotta do that. It's like a never-ending battle, but it's all right. You do one wire at a time, you eventually get it. Done this a million times now. But I was starting to pull some wires back through the firewall that I didn't like, the way they were routed. And I'm like, well, I might as well pull this other valve cover and wipe it off because it's, you know, it's nice chrome Morosa. I pulled this valve cover off and I was like, holy crap. This thing not only has roller rockers, aluminum, the Scorpions, or whatever they're called. They got the Scorpion on them, which I know those are the little bit of the more expensive ones. I'm pretty sure it's got a roller cam in it too. There you go, right there. But it's not very often that you pull a valve cover and see those in the cars that I get around here. So when you see all these speed parts, you're like, oh crap, that's badass. Anyway, I just want to show you that. I'm gonna put the valve cover back on. We're gonna continue to do more wiring. Look at this wiring, man. It's atrocious, ain't it? See where they mounted the MSD box? So as much as I'd hate to do it, I think I'm gonna have to rewire this car. It's just crap everywhere. You don't have nothing on fuses. I think I already said that. So anyway, not to talk bad about whoever did it. It's just, it's nothing that I like my stuff pristine. So when you go to troubleshoot, you know everything is. All right, so here's the inside of the car. Got all the wires ripped out. I'm trying to clean up, move the MSD box into the glove box. Got wires hanging, got those nitrous switches hanging. I got the 3 gauges hanging. I figured out the retard module selector didn't even work. I was sitting there in the last video switching it like it's gonna do something. And just like that, I took all the crap out of the dash. Unfortunately, they popped holes and everything, which I hate that, but that's old school stuff when people didn't care about these cars as much as they do now. I ended up putting the nitrous buttons, same plate, just mounted it underneath. I put all the fuses so they're accessible. There was no fuses on any of these switches. I hit a switch. This one actually, it wasn't this one, but one looked like this. And it started smoking. It started it didn't start on fire, but it burned the wires all the way down, all the way back up to the starter solenoid. So I ended up putting this fuse little block here. So I got a lot of stuff on fuses now, which is nice. Mounted the gauges back up. I put the MSD box in the glove box, which I've done that a few times on these old cars because there ain't no glove box left anyway. It's kind of nice just to have it out of the way, and it's accessible if you need to get to it. But what I started getting into is I started polishing out this bad boy, and as you can see, besides the paint, it has so many, it's not dings, it's just flaws in the paint just from time and chips, I should say. That's what I'm trying to say, chips. So here's the difference right here. Just messed around yesterday, sat here for about, I don't know, 20-25 minutes. So I'm gonna continue to, since I'm kind of at a standstill now waiting on the pans for this thing, there's a couple little things I can do, but I'm not really feeling like doing it yet. So I'm just gonna keep chucking away at the polishing game. Alright guys, so this is just a continuation video. You guys loved the 66 Ford Fairlane 500. I know I do too. And I'm not really even a Ford guy anymore. But anyway, I just want to show you the progress we're making since that video hit pretty good for Poor Boy's Garage anyway. But I want to show you that this car is now in good hands. We finally got some progress getting made, rewired. What else? We're going to do the floor pans, buffed out that crazy paint that's been sitting outside in the sun for years in the trailer park. It came out okay. It was a pain in the ass to buff, believe me. Sat out here for about 2 days doing it, but it's all good. The car definitely deserves to be, you know, shown in its true glory, and the thing's bad to the bone. So stay with us on this one, and we'll continue pushing on her. Until then, I got something up my sleeve tomorrow. It's going to be a little fun. Well, it's going to be fun. But anyway, you'll see that video coming soon. And until then, my name's Brad, Poor Boy's Garage. Let them rip, not rot. Keep on saving them. Don't send them to the crusher. We hate that. We are out.